on LinkedIn, YouTube, all those wonderful places. And I'm super excited to be here this morning with Breakfast with Champions. Hoping you can hear me nice and live. I am Starsina. Hi, Trisha. Come on up to the stage. My throat is like I'm a little nervous, guys. Gotta admit, I'm a little nervous. Get it together, T. Woo, 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 woo. Hey, Grand Rising, and hello to each and every one of you. I am Stars Tina, and I want to welcome you all to the Breakfast with Champions, the best room here on Clubhouse. Now, you guys are a little Anyways, if you look at my profile pic, you see Glenn is right there next to me, right? I had the pleasure of going to Nashville this weekend for a conference, Your Business for God's Sake, and I'm going to share all my key takeaways from that. Glenn, let me tell you guys, Glenn was on fire this weekend, and that power and energy he put out on the stage, I caught it, I got it. So what I need each and every one of you to do right now, if you're watching me on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, share it out, push it out. If you're on Instagram, push it out. But my Clubhouse peeps, let's share it out in the hallways, okay? Because this is the place where you're going to get all motivation, inspiration, and education. I always say, for all your dreams, goals, inspirations, everything that you want, guys. I am so fired up. I got to bring the energy down some because, guys, I got to meet some amazing people today. This weekend. I'm going to share with you guys the 5 key takeaways from people that I got to meet there today. But if you're not already getting the bwcdaily.com, can I see in the chat are you getting those emails daily? Because I don't know about you, but I love them. I love BWC, but I'm not able to hear everyone. And this is just a recap, guys. So if you click to bwcdaily.com, each and every day, you can get everything that goes on in this space. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Tara. I see Ade. How you doing? Hey, girl. Hey. I see Peter. I see Mike. Now, guys, we have this chat going on here, so you can talk in the chat. You can tell us what's going on. I see Dora Maria. Guys, you know she's an angel. Like, God blessed us with Dora Maria, and I am so grateful for that queen right there because she is just amazing. All right, guys. I see Kimberly. Kimberly's another angel. I see Scott Simons. Woo, I'm hugging everyone. TM. Melissa. So I'm going to jump right into it, guys, because like I told you, I have so many notes, so many things I want to share with you guys. And I'm going to, first of all, in 1 minute, really quick, tell you a little bit about me. All right. Now I have 1 minute to share with you who I am. I am Stars Tina. And a lot of people said to me this weekend, well, how did you come up with that name, Stars Tina? Well, I've always had huge goals, huge dreams in my life. Do you guys have those things? If you huge goals, things you want to achieve in your life, can I see some stars in the chat? Can I see some stars or something to let me know that you're awake? Because right now, you may still be laying in bed. And I got up at 4 this morning. You know, I was listening to my girl, Iffy, on the other side of the pond. And I was like, Tina, you got to get it together. So if you're laying in right now, it's okay. Stretch a little bit because by the time Glenn gets here at 5:30, I want you pumped. I want you charged. We are at 31 shares. That's a great start, guys. I'm loving that start. But 97 of us in the room. You know, there's so many more people in the world. So can we get 20 more shares before I finish speaking? Okay. So as I was saying, we're getting up, we're stretching right now, we're moving, and I want you to follow the person next to you because that's how we get around in these Clubhouse streets, right? Collabing. So I was telling you a little bit about myself. That's where I was. So stars. How did I come up with that? Big goals, big dreams. Let me see in the chat. Who's with me? I see Kim is with me. Hey, girl. Hey. I see Judy. I see Peter. I see Jean is with me. Guys, Kim is amazing. Kim Farr. I had the honor of sharing a room with her this weekend. And let me tell you guys, I thought I had it like going on. Are you like that? You think you have it going on? This girl showed me out, guys. Whew. Kim, can you unmic? Are you up on stage here, girl? Guys, this girl gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Kim, can you give me one quick takeaway you got from this weekend? Are you able to share that with us, Mama?
Good morning. Yes. Something that God revealed to me was be desperate.
You're breaking up just a bit. Can you hear her? You're breaking up a bit, Mama. Are you on your walk? Guys, this woman gets up at 3 in the morning. She's got the red bar.
Like Ultimus Prime.
Yes. Well, let me share. Hopefully she can get back, guys. But are you there? Can you speak now? You were going in and out. Okay, guys. So the one thing about Kim amazing was she came at 3 a.m. Kim, you there? Anyway, we're just going to keep the show going, guys. Yes, we can hear you now. Go for it.
Okay. Something that just keeps coming back to mind is to be desperate. Just be desperate. I need to do more. So, thank you.
Desperate, guys. That's one of my 5 things that I'm going to take away. That was from Ramon Ray. Yes, Kim, yes. And I actually posted it on my Instagram yesterday. But the thing that got me about Kim, guys, is we all have our morning rituals, our morning, but this goes even like, she was awake before me. I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Nobody wakes up before me. She was in the corner with her little, I don't know if she had a Bible devotion. I don't know what the heck she had. And she was going. So you want to surround yourself with people that are going to challenge you. And she challenged me and I said, you know what? Because of you make me want to be a better person. The conference this weekend, if you didn't know, guys, it's called Grow Your Business for God's Sake. You can put the distinction on any part of that word, but wherever you put it, it's going to motivate you. So yes, I was telling you that Stars Tina is who I am, and I can sit here and tell you all the traumas I've gone through my life, from domestic violence, suicide, the divorce, my husband leaving me. I can even talk about the loss of my father at 49 years old, which inspired me to be a fitness professional. I can even share the trauma of my son being murdered at 21 years old. But that's sharing all those stories, that's not really gonna give you the depth of what I actually do. I am your global energy coach. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that God has poured all of these things into me so that I could empower women. I work with women over 40 who've gone through some type of trauma, and I give them the tools and the skills and the strategies to push through. And this weekend solidified everything that I'm doing, guys, because there's things that come into my head when I tell you it's ridiculous. I cannot control everything that goes into my head. And I know it's from God because that's the only way. You know, a couple weeks ago, I did a breast cancer awareness event. I've never done anything like that in my life, but something was pouring on my heart to do it. And one of the attendees said to me, Tina, if you pull this off literally in a week, like that's amazing. Me was God. The end of this month, I'm putting together a Hope for the Holidays event. This is something that was given to me when I lived in New Jersey. I'm currently in North Carolina right now. My son was an organ donor. I had no idea what 18-year-old signs up to be an organ donor. So every time around the holidays, they had an event called Hope for the Holidays for families that were struggling. You know, it doesn't have to be your son. It could be your father, your mother, your sister. Maybe you're just depressed about, who knows, generational traumas. And they gave us tools and skills to get through the holidays. And last year, I wasn't able to do that because I wasn't in New Jersey. So guess what, guys? I made up my own event and I'm doing it again this year. So if you know that the holidays are coming up and that's not a good time for you, go to my Instagram or just DM me because I don't even know if it's up yet, guys. See what I see? God just gives me so many things. So that's where that is. Abundance. That's the word. That was my key takeaway. Kim told you her key takeaway this weekend was desperate. That's one of my 5. I'm going to give you 5 tips, guys. And let's just go with the first one right now since Kim started the party off right. Ramon Ray! Let me tell you guys, if you're looking at my profile pic right now, Glenn, I've never seen this man. I mean, I've seen him, but this was a new type of Glenn. I'm getting off a track because I'm so excited right now. I'm looking to see. Good morning, Kim. 3 a.m. Yes, Kim gets up at 3. She's an amazing person, guys. So abundance is the one word that I got away from this weekend. And when you think of the word abundance, one of the speakers said this word. It might have been Glenn. And when you think of that word, you don't think little, right? You think huge, like abundance. And Mike Zeller, that's another person that just like poured into me. And when you think of abundance, you think of a lot, right? Like overflowing. And think about things. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell stories because I would probably botch them up, but I've heard stories of like turning fish bread into what, you know, that the wine and just overflowing. Again, I'm not going to just go into those sort of things. Copious, yes, Trisha's got me. I have my copious notes right here, guys. But God gives us things in abundance. I'm going to say God has given me an abundance of traumatides. And with that abundance, guys, it's giving me the strength. It's giving me the power to push through anything. So with that, if you click the link at the top, I think it's still at the top. Oh no, that's the YouTube. I'm live, guys. You can see me, you feel my, if you're watching me, if you're hearing my voice and you're like, how does she stay so pumped up? How does she do this? It's not me. I cannot take the credit. I wish I could, but it's all from God. He's pouring into me daily. It's like I've got this tunnel, this string on the crown of my head, and it just comes through, and I can't keep all the energy. I can't. It's just, it's got to go out. And I want to share that with you. And if you want some of this energy to happen, discovery. Okay, let's get started. It is now 5:10. I got 10 minutes, and then I want some shares. I want to hear from you. If you were at Grow for God this weekend at the conference, guys, I was in Nashville, boot, scoot, and boogie. I had so much fun. We were on the, I guess you can call it the dance floor. It was just the three of us, but it was super cool. If you've never been to Nashville, I say go. This year, I had so many experiences, guys, things I never would have imagined. I went to New Orleans with Renee Noor, something I never thought. Gotta go back. New Orleans game changer. You see how I get off a track, guys? All right, here we go. My 5 key takeaways from this weekend. Get your pen started. Number 1, game changer for my life, guys. Mike Zeller. He talked about identity. Your identity precedes your destiny. And the one story, and I can just make this really quick, just Google Muhammad Ali. We all know who that is, right? Cassius Clay. And he was sharing how he had to change his identity. If you want to live in abundance, start here. Okay? You have to change what you think, who you're around, what you're doing. And he shared with us a video that Cassius Clay did 7 weeks before the actual fight with Sonny Liston. And in this video, they start off and the audience is laughing. He's 22 years old. They're looking at this kid. They're like, what in the world makes him think he's going to win? And they're laughing and laughing. And then Cassius Clay / Muhammad Ali starts talking. He's talking from his heart. He's talking from his soul, and you can hear him getting more powerful and more powerful. And by the end of his speech, he's transformed their minds, his mind. What did he do, guys? He changed his identity. And that's what we have to do if we want to be better. If you want to live in abundance, whether it's with finances, with the relationships in your life, with your husband, your children, you have to see it. What do I say, guys? If you're looking at my cup right now, no excuses. I am amazing. What are you pouring into your head? I had a discovery call with Mike Zeller last night. Amazing game changer. He gave me this meditation piece to listen to for 30 minutes, and I was just pouring it into my head. I felt like one of those movies. I don't know the names of the movies, but you know where you're like laying there, maybe it's Matrix, and they have this thing attached to your head and they're just pouring stuff. That's what I was doing last night. I was just pouring all this greatness. What are you pouring into your head? What are you reading? He asked me, he's like, what are you reading for money mindset? Because we all have things that we're great at, right? We're great at some things. We're not so good at other things. All right, my second key takeaway. Can't get this party started without Tamara. Can't get it started without Tamara. Hey, Tamara was on fire. I told you I was taking copious notes, right? Here's my notebook. I was taking notes, but I also wanted to be super present, guys, because I wanted to feel it. I wanted to embrace it. So I'm not going to sit here and say I don't remember what she said. It was just in my heart so much, and it changed my life. I know God is important. We all know that, right? But are you really in your foundation? I had a conversation, and I said, for me, my relationship with God sometimes has been rocky on and off, because of all the trauma. I'm like, really, God? Like, why me? And, I don't question God. So I was sharing how I'm here, and it's like, she's like, it's okay. It's a relationship. So Tamara was just amazing, and I love her. Key takeaway number 3, time flies. Number 3. Adam Flores, he spoke. And the thing for me were the before and after stories. Hope, that was another person, she spoke. And they were sharing their downs and their ups and their ups and their downs. And it made me realize everybody goes through something. Have you gone through something in your life? And at that moment, you were like, there's no way I'm going to get through this. Like, it's over. I might as well just close my eyes and never wake up. Am I the only one who's ever felt that way? Let me look in this chat and see. Amazing pours, money books. Yes, Bobby, write some money books in there. Let's hear that. still have the links. All right. Just check if you guys in the chats because I bet I see Brandon here. So yes, was talking about Adam Flores, pouring into yourself. And for him, he spoke about how to launch 6 figures from virtual events. In life, you don't know what you don't know. That's why you need to get a coach. I have a coach. I'm hoping you have a coach. You know, they were saying how Oprah Winfrey has numerous coaches because you can't do it all on your own. So that's why you want to reach out to other people. That's the third person. That's my third key takeaway. Number 4, Kim mentioned this earlier. Ramon Ray, desperate. You have to be desperate. And he was another one. I heard Ramon speak in New York City. And again, it's like him and Glenn, something changed inside of them. It was amazing. And I can't even explain it, but his energy, it just like jumped off the room. And all I can say, guys, God was pouring through them. When Ramon spoke, it was like this angelic, like, you're gonna get this. Like, are you awake? Are you alive? You have to be desperate. Like, why do you want to be successful? Why do you want to grow your business? What is the purpose? And for me, it's all about my son. It's all about my family, all about getting to the next level. And you got to be desperate. So important. Okay. And the last one, we can't leave Glenn out, right? Glenn was, woo! And so let me share with you. And Glenn was up there for 20, 25 minutes, but it felt like an hour. It was so amazing. And he's coming in at 5:30, guys. I'm looking at these shares, and I'm hoping that we are at least over 50. Let me look. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. We're at 55 shares. There's 132 of us in here right now, but it's going to get fire. We're pumping up. We're putting the logs in the whatever you want to call this thing in the morning, and I need some more shares. So let's click that button right here. And I want to share with you what Glenn said that got me fired up. So Glenn was talking about the world, what's going on out there, and the thing that got me, he was saying how in schools, they stop this and they stop that. They let you go on Facebook and all these things, and how they take God out of the equation and children, and you have to take care of home. You have to take care of yourself. That's what I got out of what he said. And you have to really be grounded in everything that you're doing. And for me, it was his energy, it was his wake up. It's a wake up call. And that's what I got out of this weekend. Those are my 5 key takeaways. I'd love to hear, I got one more thing I'm going to share before we take these takeaway, guys. So I mentioned earlier how God keeps pointing to me. And of course, I'm always going to mention TM because he's a game changer this year for me. My biggest keeping the main thing was in honoring my son. And this year, my goal is to send my sneakers to Nigeria. I bumped it from 100 to 300. And then after that, again, it's not me. And I'm glad I went to this weekend because I always question myself. And I'm going to change the link at the top so you can see the site. And I'd always say to myself, like, why are things always getting bigger than I want? Like I said, I wanted to get 100 sneakers and ship them to Africa. That's simple, right? But now it's 300 pairs of sneakers. Not only that, but I'm sending bags. This is an example if you're watching me. It's going to be a cute little bag like this with my son's face on it. I'm also making bookmarks with his face, with his 10 creed marks. And again, this is just something that God said to put in the world, but I by my size. I need help. I need support for everyone that has joined in this community to support me. Thank you. But we still need more. And I had the luxury of, I was in TM's room a couple weeks ago, and someone heard me sharing my story, and someone said, oh, well, I'm going to send you 50 pairs of sneakers. I was like, yes. Now I've got all these sneakers, guys. And I realized that when I went to get the shipping, I was just going to ship them in a container unit to Nigeria. And someone said, Tina, who's picking them up? And I was like, I'm just going to ship them there. It's not that simple. You have to be careful with what you're doing. And when I went through all the numbers, I realized the money that it would cost to actually ship the sneakers and all that stuff is the same cost it would take for me to go there and actually deliver them. So I've decided to take them over myself, But I got the honor of having someone invest in me who's on the other side, who's in Nigeria. I don't know if you're up here now, Melissa. She has a company and she's going to guide. She has there to get me from place A to B to C. And we're talking. And again, what is God doing? God is pouring into me like, Tina, you need to do more. You need to do more. So in my head, I'm not saying it's out in the world yet. In my head, I'm feeling a retreat to Nigeria. Can I see some Nigerian flags in the chat if you feel that's amazing? But not just a regular retreat, a retreat to give back in honor of Molly Gaines, for my sonny boy, because I believe everything happens for a reason. 21 years old, like he had so much power, so much strength inside of him. And I didn't even realize this when he was alive, guys. Melissa, are you around, Mama? So you can just share really quick what your company does and how you're sponsoring us on the other night. Are you able to speak, Mama? If so, unmic and tell us a little bit.
I am. Good morning, Breakfast with Champions. Good morning, my beautiful Tina. Shout out to TM, who his love and generosity helped to make this beautiful connect. So I just want to honor him before I share anything. As many of you in the room who I recognize and have been following for some time know, I am the founder of You Think Indigo. I am a global think tank based in beautiful Asheville, North Carolina, and I have a satellite office in Lagos, Nigeria. And so when we were in TM's amazing room, Leadership on Demand, Tina was sharing her story. And first of all, my heart just was lifted, elevated because of the story of her son. And then to see her doing what she was doing, and to hear that she was kind of going through a dilemma with trying to figure out how to connect her beautiful charity to those young people, it was a no-brainer to offer our company logistically on the ground. And because that's what love does. And she is sowing in love. And when we know and see that, we just get excited. We get excited. And so I contacted my vice president, who's also on the stage, Gozi Asawan, and told him, he is in Lagos, Nigeria, told him, like literally within seconds of hearing her on TM stage, Gozi came in the room. And he, being love that he is, he was like, I got you. I got you. It wasn't a business negotiation. It wasn't a contractual thing. It wasn't a client opportunity. It was just that's what love does. I think love is a currency, and there are sometimes it's not about you trying to see what you can get. It's more about seeing how we can get love to do what it needs to do. So the story. Me and Tina connected over a series of conversations, and ultimately Tina decided that she would be her own UPS FedEx situation, which is awesome. And so she reached out to us because what we do at I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with what a think tank does. Typically, think tanks are research institutions, analyst institutions that are embedded within academia. They tend to have most government contracts and things that they work with. You think Indigo is unique. You think Indigo is the think tank of the everyday human. And we have a mantle using our philosophy, the Indigo approach, to reach 1.4 billion people with our philosophy by the year 2025. So we have brought the concept of a think tank to everyday people with everyday issues. And so Tina is an amazing example of that. There are so many of us in this room who we are doing extraordinary things, but we just need someone to just sit with us and help us do the logistics or figure out how to tap into our innate intelligence to make these things happen. And that is exactly what happened with the beautiful Tina. And so when she decided to actually go and take her initiative to Nigeria herself, she immediately knew from talking to Gozi especially that it would be a little bit more than that. So we decided to take it an even step further and not just do paper to on the ground, but to actually also provide that logistical wraparound support. So, and that's what we are doing. We are making sure that our team, we have 4 team members. Some of them are in the room now. We have the beautiful Tamino. She is our hospitality analyst. We have Chase, who's our legal analyst. We have Ella, who's our financial analyst, who actually is put the budget and everything together for her. So when Gozi enacted that and Tina saw that, she said, yeah, you guys are the ones to help me make sure that I get there. And now we're planning this amazing retreat together. So that is in a nutshell what I do. I don't want to take up all the oxygen in the room. I'm going to pass the mic back to Tina, but that is you get together.
Melissa, thank you so much for that. Now, when you guys hear her talk, when you hear me share, do you hear the collaboration? I couldn't do this by myself. TM, are you able to unmic? How do you feel right now? I was in your room today. Trisha did an amazing job running the room, guys. TM builds leaders. Let me tell you, he wasn't in his room yesterday, but Trisha let it on fire. And I said to her, I bet you he doesn't even realize how amazing he is. He doesn't even realize what he has cultivated. TM, how do you feel now? Are you able to share knowing about change a lot of people's lives? I don't know.
I mean, good morning, Tina. Good morning, champions. You know, that's what it's about, right? Leadership is about, for me, helping to guide, cultivate, inspire others, right? And so, you know, I had to step out yesterday, but felt very confident, right, with the team that's being built, that, you know, people could put their talent on display. And that's what happened yesterday, right? And so when something can still happen and you not be involved, I got feedback that it went wonderful, and I felt good about it, right? I mean, teamwork makes the dream work. And so, Melissa, that was a great share. Tina, that partnership came from the room. And so, you know, you often hear that leadership is a lonely place, but it's not true, right? I mean, typically, high performers, right, are in lonely places, but leaders, true leaders, right, are not lonely because they bring people along with them. And so thanks for the space. Good morning, everyone. Tina.
Yes, guys, make sure you follow TM. If you're loving what you're hearing, can I get stars? I have a request, guys. I have an ask for everybody in this room. It looks like we're at 70 shares. Glenn is going to be coming through in about 5 minutes, and I would love if we had over 100 shares. Do you guys think we could do that? There's 139 of us in the room right now, and even if half of us shared the room in the hallways, would be over 100. So I'm asking you to please share the room because we're on fire today. I gave you 5 tips, my 5 key takeaways from my weekend in Nashville at the Grow Your Business for God's Sake conference run by Tamara. My first key takeaway was from Mike Zeller, changing your identity. The second key takeaway was Tamara. It was just fire, just changing who you are. Having a foundation, being solid with who you are, and don't be ashamed of that. Some people are ashamed to say, well, I believe in God. They'll say, well, I'm spiritual. What the heck is spiritual, okay? Be definite. Be confident with who you are, with what you believe in. And if you're like me, you're a little kind of like, it's okay. All right, I'm not perfect. My third key takeaway person was Adam Flores, Lord of mercy, fire, fire, how to launch 6 figures from your virtual events. My fourth person was Ramon. Gotta be desperate! That when he said it, it made me think of Les Brown. It made me think of Eric Thomas. Can we write desperate in the chat? Are you desperate? How desperate are you? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? If so, then wake up, guys. Wake up and get to work. Get out of bed right now and stop making excuses. People say, well, I'm tired. Well, sleep when you're dead. Okay? That's when you can sleep. Get up right now, move your body, exercise. My 5th key takeaway today was from Glenn Lundy, who said we have to change from within. Collaboration. You heard how me being in TM's room, collaboration. And I got to talk about my mom's link because I had my moms on fire with me. Another group of who poured into me so much. Guys, we have about 2 minutes. Pam, are you able to unshare this one of my moms on fire that I got to squeeze yesterday? Would you like to share your key takeaway from this weekend's event? If you're able to share on mic, let me hear.
I am
here, and what an amazing event it was to be able to be in the room with these amazing leaders and just hear their wisdom and hug their necks was amazing. And to be able to be with you was absolutely amazing. But I'll tell you one thing that did happen that just has been sitting on my heart, and it was something that Tamara and a group of people did was we looked under our chairs, and if we had a golden ticket, we got to be a part of this project where we put together a play set for a little boy who had cancer, and it was one of the yard swing set things. It brought me to tears because the little boy, his sister, and his mom and dad and baby came in and got to experience, had it all set up on the stage. We all worked together, which, if you've ever worked together, like what you're talking about, your project, working together, it was amazing. It was amazing. It has touched me in a way that I don't think anything has, and it brought me to tears.
Yes,
and
yes.
with all the wisdom. Yeah, it was amazing.
Thank you so much for that share, Pam. Guys, we have 30 seconds until Glenn gets in here. And I'm not saying I forgot about that, but there were so many amazing things this weekend. She had baptisms. She had breakout rooms. She had so many things. But we're getting ready to bring Glenn in the doors now. Guys, we're at 88 shares. I'm happy, but I really would like to get to 100. So if you're still laying in bed, wake up. Marcus Black was there, who is my clubhouse motivation for speaking. So without further ado, guys, make some noise, share the room, give it up for Glenn Lundy. Woo, woo, woo. Are you ready to rock and roll? Is Glenn in the building?